The way to ask an intuitive a question is not to tell the whole story. Well, she said this, and then he did this, and blah, blah, blah. Ask the question and explain to them, I don't have to understand your question to answer, because all I'm doing is reporting what I notice. So and then at the end of a reading, so they'll ask, and don't spend too long on a question, but what will happen is that one question, like, will I get fired, will lead to another issue, will lead to someone in the office they're in love with, will lead to someone in the office who's undermining them, will lead to, oh, their mother's arthritis. You know, I think she's not moving around, because you'll find that they'll have to shut you up because your attention will travel, and that's what happens in a reading. I always keep a timer with a reading, because once you start reading, and you're really in another person's life, everybody, no matter how horrendous they are as a dinner partner, is interesting once you start reading their life. So you'll just forget time and go on and on. So I always leave a few minutes at the end. And I ask myself, because a lot of doing a reading is asking yourself questions. And those questions come up intellectually, they come up intuitively, they come up because you say, oh, if I were in this situation, I'd feel that way. Because there are lots of voices when you're doing readings. But at the end, I always ask myself, okay, what is the one thing that this person needs to know right now to function and feel empowered in the world? What is the one thing I need to tell them? And it may be something very vague, like you are going in the right direction in all areas, except health needs a little attention. And when I say something like that, then I'm always really careful to qualify, not scare someone. You know, I feel like you go back and forth between having a healthy diet, having a not healthy diet, having a healthy diet, having a not healthy. It would be good to just figure out what the diet is and stick to it and have that kind of regularity in your life. But you want one thing that's really going to empower them.